Skirp could barely see over the ship's control panel as he reached up to initiate the launch sequence. His parents had strictly forbidden him from touching the ship, but with them away, he couldn't resist the temptation. The engines rumbled to life, and Skirp eased the craft unsteadily up through the atmosphere, his tentacles trembling with excitement. Once spaceborne, Skirp took it slowly, clinging to the controls as he zigzagged between planets and moons close to home. He giggled and whooped loudly, the thrilling sensation of flight overcoming his caution. Up ahead loomed the bright blue marble of Earth. Skirp angled towards it, recalling his parents' stories about the planet's unusual inhabitants called humans. He simply had to get a closer look. The ship rattled violently as Skirp entered Earth's outer atmosphere too fast. Alarms blared around him, but he yanked the controls, stabilizing the descent. Skirp dove beneath the clouds, oohing and eyeing at the strange sights. Endless oceans and mountains zipped by underneath. He hovered over a sprawling human city, buildings clustered and scraping the sky. Skirp zipped low, laughing as the tiny ground vehicles scattered before him. Continuing on, Skirp marveled at immense forests, barren deserts, and great icy plains under his watch. He zigzagged haphazardly, trying to take in all the wondrous sights at once. Approaching dazzling webs of light marking more human settlements, Skirp swooped recklessly close, clipping communication towers in his enthusiasm. Bouncing back into open sky, Skirp corkscrewed with delight, but his small tentacles couldn't quite reach all the controls meant for adults. He was tossed about the cabin, ricocheting off walls with hysterical laughter. Skirp smacked big red buttons just to see what they did, unknowingly turning on the ship's excavation lasers. Haphazard blasts rained down, accidentally carving fiery craters in the lands below. In his bumbling, Skirp knocked the steering column, sending the ship rolling. He clung to his seat as Earth spun around him. Dizzy, he righted the ship, continuing his unsteady joyride over oceans and mountains. Skirp gleefully chatted into the radio mic, unaware his high-frequency vocalizations were panicking the locals by disrupting their communications. Down below, humanity tracked the craft's chaotic meandering progress.
Dude, this is a fucking drone, bro. There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude. That's not our LNS though, is it? It's not. That is the LNS, dude. Well, if there's like... Look at that thing! It's rotating.
With growing concern. But weaponry proved ineffective against the unknown technology. With the ship not openly hostile, all they could do was monitor it and prepare evacuation procedures if needed. After hours of accidentally buzzing towns, bouncing off famous monuments, and haphazardly spraying excavation lasers, warning sirens finally blared a proximity alert. The ground was coming up fast. Skirp shrieked, tentacles smacking the controls in vain as he tried to pull up. The ship smashed into the rocky terrain, skidding and spinning violently until everything went dark. Skirp groggily emerged from the smoking wreck to find the ship surrounded by humans. He cowered as they approached, suddenly realizing the panic his reckless joyriding had caused. Skirp waved his tentacles, trying to indicate he meant no real harm. Just then, the roar of familiar engines echoed overhead. Skirp sagged in relief as his parents' ship descended. After harsh scolding, they apologized profusely to the startled humans before ushering their wayward son safely home.